Yeah, what up, family, and welcome back to another Blue is Our City, Manchester City fan channel video. And today I'm really excited to be bringing you guys this video. And as you can tell by the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about something that might trigger a few people. I'm not trying to get on anybody's nerves here, but I do want to talk to the Manchester City fan base and ask them a certain question. But before we get going on that, I want to say, thank you guys for showing all the love and support to the channel, helping us grow. We're currently at 94 subscribers. I would appreciate anything you guys can do to help us reach 100. I just started this journey. We're building this community. We're getting great feedback. So if you guys are liking the content, feel free to hit that like button. If you're new to the content, consider subscribing. But then most importantly, get at me in the comments and let me know what you guys think about this particular question. So as you can tell by the thumbnail, bro, we're going to be showing somebody on the Manchester City squad a lot of love today. And I'm going to tell you why Pep has a hard decision that Pep is going to have to make here pretty soon as we get ready for this match on Wednesday. So what decision or what question am I really going to be posing to people here today? The question is, alongside Diaz, who should be the starting center back? Now, I know that's going to trigger a lot of people, especially if you watch it over there in England. A lot of people feel some kind of way about this. I got some supporters that might go the other way, and I'm going to let you know who I think should actually have the opportunity to start here, given their run of form and everything coming up into Wednesday's match. So the first thing I want to point out is that this is not an whoever your favorite center back is video. It's not about that. I'm just trying to show you why I think that this particular guy deserve his shot to, definitely get up in there for Wednesday's match, and why Pep Guardiola has a tough decision. So with that being said, obviously it's my man AYMERIC LAPORTE. Pep, I don't know what you were thinking about right now. I know that you got a lot that you got to contemplate, but Pep, it is his time. Let him get in there and show you what he can do for Wednesday's match. I'm a big fan of AYMERIC LAPORTE. I love me some John Stones as well. So this is not an anti-John video. I got all the love in the world for John. Anybody who see my content knows that I rock with John. But right now, given the moment, it is AYMERIC LAPORTE's time. So why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because I don't know where you guys watch these videos from. I'm over here in the United States, so I have access to like ESPN, FC. I watch these guys a lot. I know if you live in England, you might, pay attention to those Sky News guys or Sky Sports type of guys, or you might got BT Sport, whoever you choose to follow. But over here in America, I was watching the ESPN segment right after our League Cup win in the Carabao Cup final on Sunday. And one of the questions that they talked about is, now that AYMERIC LAPORTE has scored that goal, got us the victory, does Pep Guardiola have a difficult decision that he has to make on Wednesday? So I found the conversation to be intriguing, and I want to pass that along to the community to see what you guys thought. But one of the main takeaway points that I got from it was, and if you see me looking over here, just know I'm looking at my notes, is that, this question was directly asked to Craig Burley and then my man Frank. Obviously, Frank, if you know anything about ESPN FC, Frank is obviously French, so he was going to go for AYMERIC LAPORTE. But one thing that Craig Burley talked about, in my opinion, Craig has never been a big fan of John. It seems like he likes John, but then he always kind of points out, at least in my opinion, John's got a mistake or two in him. And he basically cited the fact that over the last 4 games, let's say John for club and country hasn't been in good form. I would not argue that. I mean, I would argue that to the certain extent of, I don't think John's necessarily been in a bad run of form. Did he get the red card the other day? Yes. Did he miss a ball that was played over the top when he was playing on the right side? Yeah, he might have done that. Did he have a slip up versus England? Yeah, he might have done that. But I'm not about to pile on John and make it seem like John's questioning his decisions and John's questioning all the good work that he's done. I don't even think about any of that type of stuff. John, do you sitting out when all the English competitions, but you'll have your opportunity to be right back. But I'm going to tell you why it should be my man, Aymeric Laporte, because it seems like everybody just forgot all of a sudden who this guy is. So I decided to have to make this video. And the reason why I want to touch upon who he is because, as you guys can remember, when we got this guy back in the, late 2017, 2018 season, most people didn't really know who he was at the time. I mean, you might have known that he played for Atletico Bilbao, but you really more so paid attention to that transfer fee that we paid all that exorbitant amount of money for him. But as that season slowly progressed, we started to see the talent. And maybe some people out there didn't really think of him as that guy. Now we go to 2018, 2019 to where, believe it or not, in this jersey right here, did you know that he was the second senior defender on the team outside of who we had? We had John in that team. We had Vincent Kompany, so obviously Kompany's going to be number one. But Guardiola looked to Aymeric Laporte to be a leader at that time and relied on him to be the second most important defender or the second senior center back in that particular time. But then also, can you guys remember, and I started thinking about this when I was watching the League Cup versus Tottenham, is that you see how he got on that header? I'm starting to think about, where have I seen that before? I've seen it before in this jersey. Do you remember 18-19 season, on the final day of the Premier League season, we are playing against Brighton. The score is currently 1-1, and you know how close of a season, that was really between us and Liverpool. Who delivers the game winner? And I think the 36th minute off of a Riyad Mahrez, I want to believe. I think it was Riyad Mahrez that took the corner kick, puts it in, and Aymeric Laporte in this jersey slots it home, and Manchester City win, 2-1. So where has all that talent gone? My point is that talent hasn't gone anywhere. And one thing I know about with Aymeric Laporte, yes, John has been phenomenal this year. So John, don't get your head down for any of this BS other people are talking. But John has been phenomenal as far as scoring goals. But when I think about scoring goals, I'm telling you, man, this guy attacks headers. He attacks on corners. He attacks on free kicks. Just make sure Kevin ain't putting them in there. Kevin, all right, I'm just playing, Kevin. But, when it comes time for this man to get his head on something, he be on top of it, and he just rushes out there. And I can remember I'm sitting at, I think, Smithfield Hall in New York City. I was watching the match. I'm sitting there with all other types of fans, and you could see when this cross came up, he got over everybody. I urge you guys to go back and watch the highlight. The way he got up on everybody, and I'm sitting in Smithfield Hall, and I just see the goal. I'm like, yes, Laporte, get there. And as soon as he made contact, it was back in the net. And that's what this guy does. Also, too, I want to talk about why we should start him in the sense that, not only did he just get the game winner in the League Cup final, it's going to be really hard pressed to tell a center back who just got the game winner, you know what, you can't play this week. You know what I mean? You can smooth it over any kind of way you want, but this guy's 26 years old. He remembers being a part of the leadership as far as the defensive line. John has had an outstanding year, but it's his time to shine. And one is that he's full of confidence now, Pep. He's ready. He's full of confidence. He just got the game winner against Tottenham. Nobody scored for Tottenham. They didn't even have a scoring chance out there that I can remember from the game. So, you know what I mean? Like, he's full of confidence. Point two, he has a point to prove. Not only to himself, but also to the team, to let them know, I belong in here. Yes, John's doing his thing, or we might even be doing it, by committee. You know what I mean? Like, with this team. But also, he got to show that he's a leader. He's going to be attacking, giving those positions, and he's going to be defensively solid. The other thing, too, is he avenged himself against Tottenham. Pep, that loss against Tottenham was early in the year to where he made that mistake and we lost. And I'm going to call him with the mistakes as far as his communication. If you watch my videos, you know one thing about Laporte, I always stress is, hey, he's a phenomenal player, but he has to work on his communication. And I believe he's gotten better with his communication this year. So, Pep, that loss was a long time ago. Also, he has a point to prove to Pep, because Pep is like, I brought you in here. You've been the man. Remember last year when the 1920 season is like, everybody was talking about, oh man, he's been out hurt, and all of the story was that Manchester City was off due to the fact that we didn't have that defensive stability that he provides when he wasn't in the team. I would argue that that's true, 50%. The other 50% is from a certain left winger who happens to play in Germany, missing out on that team. I don't care what you say. I'm never going to go against Leroy. Just know that on this channel. But you know what I mean? Like, he has a point to prove to Pep to say, yo, I know what it's like to be in this position. Give me the opportunity. I'm seasoned on the moments. I made improvements in areas that, I needed to make this year. And I think that now he's ready. Another point I want to touch upon is we are playing PSG. So some people may say, yo, that means that we can't make any mistakes. Yes, we can't make any mistakes, but I don't believe that this guy is going to position us for mistakes. I know that we're going to have to score goals, and if we have to get goals from heading opportunities, I know John has got 5, but this guy can get you a goal and he can attack. He's going to be up against Marquinhos, and he's going to be up against his fellow Frenchman in Kiembe. And one thing that's going to be big is that point he has to prove is going to be right there or full display versus PSG and France with Didier Deschamps. Deschamps will be there somehow, some kind of way. And Aymeric, this is your time to show him that he is wrong. I would argue that he was right when he made the decision not to play you at that particular time. And I know you might feel differently because you're a player that wants to be out there all the time and you have great ambitions. But when you talking about trying to get into this French national team as a center back, it is probably one of the most difficult things you could do. You could talk about Raphael Varane. You could talk about Kiembe. You could talk about Upamecano. They got talent spewing everywhere. But this is a chance for him to show Didier Deschamps and France versus PSG why he should get a look. So I think that he's going to be full of it just for that, in a sense, or not full of it, but up for the challenge. And Pep, you need to give it to him. He has earned it now. John will be back. John will be back right after. We could play John again in the second leg, depending on how this match goes on Wednesday. But then, John will have his opportunity to come back into the league. This is not an anti-John video. I'm just telling you why Aymeric Laporte should start. And I'm going to even tell you why other people say he should start too. I remember, now I've been watching another fan channel, and obviously this guy supports the other side of Manchester, but I ain't gonna lie, Goldbridge does his thing when it comes to making videos. So I've been watching Goldbridge, and I remember back 2 years ago, and Goldbridge basically was asked a question about who's the best center backs in the English Premier League. And I found his question to be spot on. I mean, his answer to be very spot on. At the time, it was Virgil van Dijk was number 1. And I ain't arguing with nobody of that. Now, this is before, obviously, Diaz got into the picture. And we don't know. We haven't seen VVD mostly all this year due to his injuries. So he'll have an opportunity to prove that again. But at that time, it was definitely VVD was number 1. And Aymeric Laporte was number 2. It wasn't Harry Maguire. It wasn't one of them Chelsea center backs. It was definitely Aymeric Laporte. And I mean, Goldbridge even said that. So I'm saying to myself, bro, not only does it have to be true, but at the end of the day, there was no arguments there. If you got a Manchester United fan who recognizes this guy's greatness at the time, and I know we're talking about right now, but I think the two are linked. That form that he was there at around that 18-19 season, that's the reason why we wore this jersey for this particular video, is I believe that that's the point he is at now. And we have to give him an opportunity, Pep. It is up to you to play him, but I think that he's sound. He's communicating not only with Diaz, but if you throw Zinchenko out there, or you throw Mendy out there, or you throw João Cancelo out there, more than likely you will have, in my opinion, he will throw Zinchenko out there. But he communicates well with Zinchenko. In case there's an opportunity where we know Kylian Mbappe is going to be on that left-hand side, we can't leave all the dirty work up to Kyle Walker, so Diaz may have to come over, and if Diaz has to provide help, now Aymeric Laporte got to clear that back line and make sure everybody's in sync. And I think that he could definitely do that with Zinchenko. So I'm hoping that Pep just gives him a chance to start. But Aymeric Laporte, baby, it is your time, kid. I believe in you. And Pep, get a man a chance because it's his time. And Didier Deschamps, watch this performance because he will do it. Now, if Pep doesn't play the man, I'm going to look real stupid. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. I'm out.